What would you say if I told you that for SSDs, smaller is better? What's up, everybody? It's Don with the Don Tech, and today we're going to be going through and picking out the storage media and solid-state storage medium for our new computer build. And we're going to focus on the needs that we're going to have, compatibility, warranties, brand, future-proofing, you name it. We're going to discuss it in this video now. If you remember the previous series, you would see that we've gone through and picked all these other components that are up here on screen. And today we're going to be going for the storage itself. And we take ourselves on over to the handy dandy Newegg components and storage, SSD. We're going to be focusing on the boot media, which is what Windows is going to be booting into. You want that to be SSD, solid state drive storage only. Mechanical drives should only be there, not even for games anymore, but for multimedia long-term storage. That's pretty much it. You want SSDs for every single thing else that you can get. We're going for an internal SSD, and then in my professional and personal life, I've only used Samsung SSDs. I have a history of using and selling and providing thousands of these SSDs with a failure rate of 0. That's what we're sticking with today. It makes it very easy. Corsair makes a pretty distant second SSD. I would avoid Western Digital. I would avoid Kingston. I would avoid like T-Force, absolutely, Team Group, and any of those, definitely I would avoid those 100%. You know, silicon power, oh my gosh, just avoid. It's going to fail, it's going to have memory issues, and you're going to just have problems, and it's just not worth it. The reason I like to stick with Samsung is because they offer a 5-year warranty. They've never failed on me. Their speeds are blisteringly fast. Most of my builds right now have about a 2 terabyte based SSD. So I kind of think, what am I going to be doing in the future with this particular computer? I know I'm going to be streaming / recording like I am now. I know we're going to be editing. I know we're going to be editing a lot of 4K videos, and we're going to need a lot of storage space. It's going to be able to eat through that stuff fast. I know that I want to have the ability to expand and put more stuff on the computer. I know I'm going to be gaming, and I don't want to have to worry about removing games when, you know, I need to install the next best game. So with all that information in mind, I know that I also want it to last the life of the computer, and that's going to be the Samsung-based drives. If we go ahead and just do our handy-dandy little section here where we sold by Newegg being selected, brand being Samsung, and apply, cuts us down to one page of drives. You've got a couple of different options, and it's really just going to be the 990 and 990. So you have two different styles of drives. You have the NVMe style drive. They also provide much faster read and write speeds, as you can see right here. Just these, can I get one? Just these two right here, what we're going to be looking at, this 990 EVO and this 870 EVO. Both fantastic drives. This one speeds up to 5,000, and this one's going to be limited by the SATA bus, which is going to be like 550 megs. Yeah, see, so like 560. That's limited by the SATA bus. The NVMe drives are only limited by the PCI Express bus, pretty much, which now is at version 5, but Samsung's drives are on the version 4. They are going to be coming out with new SSDs, and by the time this video comes out, maybe we'll already be at that point, so a little irrelevant, but the price for those new things is so expensive, I wouldn't be looking at it anyway. So our main boot drive is going to be an NVMe-based SSD. So we look and we compare the NVMe's. We have the 990 EVO and the 990 Pro. So the 990 Pro has higher read speeds of 7,450, and the lower read speeds on the 990 EVO of 5,000. And then you got to look at the pricing differences as well. So let's see here. For example, this 2 terabyte NVMe is $170, and then this 2 terabyte 990 is $130. So a $40 difference, but for that additional read speeds, might be worth it. All of these should have a 5-year warranty, but since I know what I'm going to be sticking with, we're just going to select 4 terabyte capacity, because I want to get an NVMe that's going to be 4 terabytes in size. You know, these two right here, this EVO Plus actually having 7,250 versus 7,450 for the much lower price. If I didn't already have one of these Pros in like my possession because I got it on Black Friday sale, I would be definitely going for this one. So for the sake of this entire argument, we're going to go and select the exact part I'm picking, which is going to be this 990 Pro 4 terabyte. All right, so we have a quick compare of these two. Now, neither of these come with heatsinks. Most motherboards, including the motherboard that we're getting, does have a heatsink on it, and that heatsink will allow the drive to cool because they're going to run pretty hot without that. So make sure if you're getting a nice board, it has that ability to do a heatsink with it. Otherwise, you have to buy a SSD with the heatsink already pre-installed. Go here to the storage. We're going to add the 990 Pro, 4 terabytes in size. Oh, and this will even show you the price per gigabyte. That's kind of cool. But because this is the one I have and it's going in the build, I'm being exact precise to what we've got. That's one we're going to add to this particular build. Seagate hard drives. I have had this type of drive right here, this enterprise grade drive. I've got a 12 terabyte drive, I think. I bought it a couple of years ago, and it's wonderful. It's beautiful. So if I were to add an additional mechanical drive that I need for large storage up to 24 terabytes, I would go for the Samsung EXOS. You just want to make sure that is going to be the SATA 6. It's not going to be the SCSI type, which I don't even see that listed here, so that's nice. If you need to have storage, buy something like this so you can have the additional storage to offload other media files that you're not using. I am so far away from filling up my 10 terabyte drive, probably not even halfway yet, so I've got plenty of room to grow, but I would eventually get probably a larger drive like this, 24 terabytes. Why not? So you get those two base drives, you should not have any issues with anything that you want to store. And a lot of times you might not even need more than the 4 terabyte, or if you want to add an additional auxiliary SSD, stick again to the Samsung-based 870 EVO SSDs. Do not get the QVO. The QVOs will fail a little bit easier, and they don't have as long of a warranty for that exact purpose. That covers everything for the storage medium itself on this particular build. We're getting closer to the end of what we're going to have on this system. It's really coming to a nice. We're getting everything all nice and condensed and compacted there, so it's really good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to see the other channel videos in this capacity. You can also check out in the description, there'll be the playlist for this, as well as having the entire long form video itself. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and remember, the Don's got your back.